I had to tell you.
Hide our experiences and truth. You can share your views and suggest topics of interest for Talk Time with Sharmin. Every Monday on www.vibesupradio.hd.com. Don't forget to download our free app on all your devices. Also, feel free to join in on the conversation by calling us up at 718-342-0510.
If you want to know your topic ahead of time, I can put together my music.
And listen live and share your thoughts on the discussion weekly. You are encouraged to use the chat box to add your input to the conversation. Welcome, Sharmin.
Live from New York City. If you're on the road or you're going out of town and don't want to miss your favorite radio station,
call her.
no problem.
Boss lady,
Available on all
where's her drop?
Just look for us on the TuneIn app or just log on to www.vibesupradio.hd.com. Again, www.vibesupradio.hd.com. And take us with you. We are here for your convenience. That's the Vibes on the Streets. Now, back to the music on the #1 station. That's rocking the streets. VibesUpRadioHD.com.
Talk Time with Sharmin will air each and every Monday from 6 to 9 p.m. EST, right here on www.vibesupradio.hd.com. Sharmin is a passionate and dedicated motivational speaker and coach who travels across the United States motivating, empowering, and coaching individuals to reach their potentials. Sharmin brings life experience and education to her craft. She is currently working on her dissertation to complete her PhD in general psychology. So, do you need help getting to the next level, fulfilling your dreams, or achieving your goals? Tune in and meet Sharmin as she infuses the airwaves with knowledge and encouragement. Sharmin will discuss topics that are taboo and help us remove the masks that we wear to hide our experiences and truth. You can share your views and suggest topics of interest for Talk Time with Sharmin every Monday on www.vibesupradio.hd.com. Don't forget to download our free app on all your devices. Also, feel free to join in on the conversation by calling us up at 718-342-0510. Log on to www.vibesupradio.hd.com and listen live and share your thoughts on the discussion weekly. You are encouraged to use the chat box to add your input to the conversation. Welcome, Sharmin. Talk Time with Sharmin. Talk Time with Sharmin.
evil. We chose to. Why raise the time of the Most High, ye sons of men? In the city, yeah. Destruction of the poor is its poverty, Lord. Destruction of your soul is vanity. I wanna rule my destiny. I wanna rule my destiny. Whoa, destiny. Mama, look from when you call me. Destiny. Mama, look from when you call me. I wanna rule my destiny. Yeah. Oh, help I please. I wanna rule my destiny. Oh, we love. I've been blessed, I've been touched. I love just so much. They keep fighting me. I'm not giving up. The realms of Zion fill my spiritual cup. Wisdom overstanding must never be too much. Divine protection day and night. From even the pestilence that walk in the daylight. Destiny, Mama, look from when you're calling. Destiny, Mama, look from when you're calling. I wanna rule my destiny. Yeah, oh, help I please. I wanna rule my destiny. Oh, yeah. Cast away their crowns of most, Lord. You have them in the region, in your valley of decision. Restraining the Edens with a rod of iron. You know not the destiny of a next man, why hold him? Set him free for too long. I wanna rule my destiny. Oh yeah, I really wanna rule my destiny. Here we go, destiny. Mama, look from where you calling. Destiny, Mama, look from where you calling. I wanna rule my destiny. As I travel my journey, no one travel with me but the Almighty. Yeah, I travel my journey.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon.
Wow,
Welcome to Talk Time with Sharmin Prince.
but the Almighty.
What's the topic? Miss Sharmin?
Welcome. I'm not hearing. Welcome to Talk Time with Sharmin. There we go. Welcome to Talk Time with Sharmin. Tonight, I will have attorney Donnell Suarez. I'll be calling him in 2 minutes. Since we don't have a bridge on our phones, you will not be able to ask him questions. So for those of you that are live on Facebook, please send your questions in. If you are not on Facebook and you have questions for the lawyer, I'm trying to think how I can get your questions to ask him. Unfortunately, we don't have the phone that I can call him and then have the bridge so you can call in. But tonight we're talking about, I just wanted him to come on the show so he can kind of put our anxiety to rest. And some of us are very uneasy with the Muslim ban, thinking that it would affect us. But I have attorney Suarez that is, I guess, the best person to fit this bill. And without further ado, I will place the call to him. 718 622 8450. Okay, his line is busy.
It's not going through phone.
See. 622. Do you have to dial anything else? 8450.
Hi, good afternoon. Hold on 1 second.
Attorney Suarez?
Yes.
Okay, I have you live. Sorry that I don't have a bridge that our.
I can't really hear you. Can you speak a little bit louder, please?
Okay, are you hearing me now?
Barely.
Wow. Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Sorry that first I need to apologize that we don't have a bridge on our phone, so the listeners would have to the viewers on the Facebook Live will type their comments, and I guess I don't know, and I hope that you'll answer the questions of those that are not able to call in. But listeners, viewers, on the phone, I have Attorney Donald Suarez of Suarez and Associates, located at 833 Flatbush Avenue, New York, and that's Flatbush and Linden. Guys, if you have any questions about immigration, you can actually contact Attorney Suarez at 833 Flatbush Avenue in Brooklyn. Attorney Suarez, welcome to Talk Time with Sharmin.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for actually accepting at such short notice.
It's my pleasure.
So, the reason for me asking you to be here tonight, it's because of the ban, and some of our listeners, some of our sisters and brothers of the West Indian diaspora are nervous, are anxious, and should they be anxious or nervous?
Well, I think they are correct to be concerned about what's happening in the world today. President Trump seems to have focused as one of the focuses of his administration. Right now, for the listeners who haven't heard, but right now, on Friday at 4:42 p.m., President Trump signed an executive order banning immigration from 7 predominantly Muslim countries. He also made a statement that said that, he wants to prioritize Christian immigration from Syria, and I believe from other countries as well. So there is a concern. I mean, I would be concerned if I was a person of the Muslim faith and I was going to travel. Who knows what executive order might be signed in the next couple of weeks. But for most immigrants, especially people from the Caribbean, they're not going to be affected by this executive order. The people who really should be concerned are the people who are eligible for DACA, the deferred action for childhood arrivals. That's for children who arrived here in the U.S. before their 16th birthday, and haven't achieved the age of 31 yet, they can apply for deferred action on their cases and actually get work permits and be permitted to travel and actually go into legal status. But I believe President Trump may end this program. So if someone out there is eligible for this program, they should immediately apply.
Okay. Okay. Can you repeat the name of that program?
Sure. The program is called, it's the DACA, D-A-C-A. It stands for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. And it's for children who arrived here before their 16th birthday and who aren't yet 31 years old, who have graduated from high school or are enrolled in a high school equivalency program, who haven't had serious problems with the law. And those people can now apply for this program and get work permits and apply for advanced parole so they can travel, and actually they would be placed into lawful status. So it's a great program. I don't know how long it will last. I'm hoping that even if President Trump ends the program, he'll just end it for new applications and won't end it for people who are already enrolled in the program. So that's important. One other thing that I would tell people is that if you are a permanent resident and you've been a permanent resident for over 5 years, you should apply for citizenship. There's no downside to applying for citizenship. People will protect themselves and protect their children by applying for citizenship. If you're a permanent resident and you have a child who's under 18 and you apply for permanent residentship, you apply for citizenship, that child will automatically become a citizen as a derivative of your application. So that child will be protected and will become a U.S. citizen the day you become a U.S. citizen. These things are really important because that child may, hang out with a bad crowd, may get into a problem with the police, and then find themselves facing deportation. And deportation to a country they don't know and haven't lived in. So it's important for people to exercise their rights to become citizens.
I have a question. For someone that has a felony and is a green card holder for maybe almost 10 years, is there anything they can do to become a citizen? A 10-year, a green card holder for the last 10 years, but has a felony. Would that person ever be able to apply for citizenship?
It depends. It depends on the type of felony, but it'd be very difficult for someone convicted of a felony to become a citizen. That person should consult with an immigration attorney before filing an application, because it's very fact specific. There's certain crimes that would forestall an application permanently for citizenship, and it would behoove the person to speak to an immigration attorney before filing an application with United States Citizenship and Immigration Services.
Okay, so before a person with a criminal background apply for citizenship, they should seek counsel. Definitely.
That's one of the most important things. The people, even before you apply for a green card or any immigration benefit, you should seek counsel. If you have a criminal conviction or even an arrest, you should seek the counsel of an immigration attorney.
Okay. Well, that's glad to know, because that was one of the questions. If someone of the Muslim faith that lives in one of the Caribbean islands, should that person, and they're a green card holder, had a vacation plan, should that person be concerned?
If that person has a what plan?
A vacation planned in March.
No, I don't believe so. I mean, depending on the application, President Trump can only do certain things to affect immigration. Other things would have to be done by Congress. And Congress isn't going to take action. Congress hasn't taken action on immigration for the last 16 years. So there's nothing really substantive coming out of Congress that's going to affect family petitions. So President Trump doesn't have authority over that. He has a limited executive authority to direct Homeland Security and to direct immigration in how it handles applications, but he can't tell them which applications to accept or approve or deny. That's within the discretion of the Department of Justice, the Attorney General.
Okay.
So they should. The short answer is that they shouldn't be concerned.
Okay. Okay. Let me see if I have any more questions.
I can't hear you at all right now.
No, I'm looking in the room
Oh,
to
okay.
see if I have any more questions from our viewers. And at this time, no. Guys, on the live feed, I have Attorney Suarez on the phone. You're unable to call in to speak to him. However, if you have any question while he's on the phone, you can type it in and I'll read it to him. They don't have any further questions, Attorney Suarez. If I'm bombarded with other questions, is it okay if I call you back?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, take
I
care.
have one question.
So if you're here, we'll be.
Attorney Suarez?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. If you're undocumented and you have no criminal background, can you be deported?
If you have a permanent resident card.
No. You're undocumented.
If you're undocumented and you have no criminal background, yes, you still can be deported, because if you're undocumented, it means usually you come in with a visitor's visa and you've overstayed that visa and you've overstayed your time. The government can deport you from the country. Under President Obama, the enforcement priorities were shifted to criminal aliens, people who were here undocumented or entered illegally who had a criminal background. President Trump may refocus immigration enforcement to deport everyone, regardless of whether they have a criminal background or not. He hasn't done so yet, but that may happen.
Okay. Well, thank you, Attorney Suarez. I'll be calling you shortly if I have any more questions.
Sure.
And thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys, you heard it. The number here is 718-342-0510. Again, 718-342-0510. Here we are. Can someone that is in the process of applying for legal status be deported? Well, he's gone. I can call him back if I have a couple of more questions. But tonight, guys, I just wanted to dedicate this program to you. I know that a lot of us had questions, concerns. We wanted to vent, to share how we feel about this whole thing. Now you know that you don't have to be fearful. However, according to Attorney Suarez, we have no idea what is to come. what is on the agenda. So if you're a permanent resident, it is important for you to apply for your citizenship. According to the attorney, he also said that if your child is between 16 and 31, and they came here and they have a high school diploma or the equivalent, they can apply for DACA, Defer Action for Children Arrival. And he said, you know, he doesn't know if that it's possible that it could be revoked, but right now, if you fall into that category, you can apply for the program and you will receive a work permit and you'll be able to travel. So guys, here you are. If you have a child, you apply for DACA. If you have a felony and you're a green card holder, it depends on the felony, because with some felony, you might be able to become a citizen. Now, one of the things that you have to do before you apply for the citizenship on your own, you should seek counsel from an attorney, and not just any attorney. You could seek counsel from an immigration attorney. Attorney Suarez is an immigration attorney, and his office is located at 833 Flatbush Avenue, and that's at Flatbush and Linden. And his office number is 718-622-8450. If you have someone facing deportation, contact Attorney Suarez. Because with the whole wake of the Muslim ban, I mean, we all are concerned. We all are kind of nervous. Well, what's next? We have no idea what's next. And they are actually people that are nervous, concerned, and we should be, because we don't know what's next. And I don't think our community don't take things seriously unless it impacts us directly. And that's the problem that we have, because, you know, you may have some people that keep procrastinating with obtaining their citizenship until it gets more difficult. And even as you procrastinate, the cost increases, right? It was when you first attain your 5 years in the U.S., it was $500. It was $400. $350. But now it's $600 or $700 or $750. And you could have actually, avoided that. Not even that. I'm thinking that someone called me and told me, and I forgot to ask the attorney. They have had an expired green card for 10 years.
Wow.
10 years.
Wow.
And have not renewed it. I wanted to know, like, what are some of the consequences? And I know that person is not alone, because there are a lot of people who have expired green cards and wouldn't renew it. And if you decide that, okay, I am going to file for citizenship, you have to renew the green card, plus you have to pay the fee for the citizenship.
And they might pay a fine too for keeping it expired so long.
I know.
You won't pay a fine?
No.
My question is this, Ms. Sharmin, when the lawyer called back. What if you're living here, right? You obtain your citizen status, but you have children that you want to bring up. Would it be more difficult to bring up your children or family members to the United States?
According to what he said, there is no changes in the petition process.
Right.
Right? So as it is now, there are no changes in submitting the petition and applying for your relatives or anyone.
Right.
So I guess we need to just cut the chase or get rid of the paranoia. We are paranoid because of this and the fear. Nothing has changed for us. The only encouragement is if you're a green card holder, become a citizen. There are a lot of green card holders that don't want to give up their native citizenship, but you can apply for dual citizenship. So you can maintain your native citizenship and apply for the U.S. citizenship. But guys, this is important that you apply for your citizenship. And if you have a child that is here and don't have papers, and that child is between 16 and 31 years old and has a high school diploma or a GED, that child, you can apply for DACA. According to Attorney Suarez, there is no guarantee that this program is going to be available much longer. No one knows what's next. So you can apply for DACA for that child. That child will be able to obtain a work permit and will be able to travel. The number here is 718-342-0510. How are you feeling about this? Is this, or did this ban cause you any anxiety? What are your concerns? Let's talk about how you feel and how could we work through this? Again, the number is 718-342-0510.
Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. You preacher man, don't tell me heaven is under the earth. You are dumpy and you don't know what life is really worth. It's not all that glitter is gold, and half the story has never been told. So now we see the light. We gonna stand up for our rights. Come on, get up, stand up. Brother, stand up for your rights. Come on, get up, stand up. Sister, don't give up the fight. I'm begging you, get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. I said don't give up the fight. 'Cause you know until the philosophy which old one race superior and another inferior is finally and permanently discredited and abandoned. Everywhere is war. It's a war. Yet until they're no longer first class and second class citizens of any nation, until the color of a man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes.
let me say something.
Remaining but the pleasing
You see, we all got friends who got some kind of citizen status problem.
now everywhere is war.
So don't just think about yourself because you're a citizen.
War
You must know somebody that, you know,
and until
that going through this process.
and unhappy making that hold our brothers in Angola, in Mozambique, South Africa,
Call us up, 718-342-0510.
have been toppled, totally destroyed.
If you don't want to call,
Everywhere is
go on the live feed. Vibes Up live feed.
a war.
Type in your question.
War in the east,
We will get an answer for you.
war in the west, war up north, war down south, war, the rumors of a war, and until that day, the African continent will not know peace. We Africans will fight, we find it necessary, and we know we shall win, as we are confident in the victory of good over evil, good over evil. All the things, King of all kings, rule of kings. God give us strength, never let I fail. Through all the great part of the day, give us strength, Jah, give us strength, never let I fail. No, through all the great part of the day, give us strength, yeah. Give me as the days I play, but I'm not afraid. They are looking for what they can take, coming outside and fearing on shade. Lord, give us the vision to differentiate. Yeah, we shall escape. God who protect is greater than great. In all that we do, He holds our faith. Jah Jah give us strength. Never let I fail. No, with all the better part of my days, give us strength. Jah, give us strength. I never let I fail. With all the better part of my days, give us strength. Did you use them right in the way they should go? Joy is a stream, constant to flow.
Just a reminder, there's no such thing as a dumb question. So don't be shy, don't be scared, just ask the question.
Talk time with Sharmin.
Okay, guys. I know that we had Attorney Suarez on online. I can call him back if you guys have questions, but I have a list of nonprofit agencies that specializes in immigration, and there's a group called the New York Immigration Coalition. We have the African Services Committee, and that's located at 429 West 127th Street. And the services they provide is immigration legal services, interpretation, they speak Haitian, Creole, and French, housing for HIV/AIDS clients, and they focus mainly on the on their Haitian clients. And the number there is 212-222-3882. Then you have Cabrini Immigrant Services, and that's located at 139 Henry Street. And the number there is 212-791-4590. Then you have Campbell Legal Services. And of course, Campbell is in Brooklyn on Church Avenue. And the number there is 718-940-6311. You have Catholic Charities, 212-419-3700 or 631-789-5210. You have the Catholic Migration Office of Brooklyn and Queens, and all of these agencies are non-for-profit, and they provide immigration legal services, immigration counseling services, and Catholic migration number is 347-472-3502. And then you have Central American Legal Services, and that is located, that's for Haitians too. And I'm going to make a comment after. And it's 718-486-6800. I'm not sure if that's in Brooklyn, but they're like two Haitian immigration services. Then you have Church World Services, Immigration and Refugee Program, and they require a consultation, and that's in Manhattan on Riverside Drive, and the number is 212-870-2814. And then you have CUNY, the City University of New York. Citizens Now is the program, and it's located at Medgar Evers right here. They actually have an immigration center. I didn't know that. And it's 718-270-6292. You check that. And then they also have the CUNY Citizen Now program in Manhattan, 212-650-6620. And you have the CUNY Citizen Now program also at York College, 718-262-2983. You have it also in Flushing, Queens, 718-640-9223. You have it in the Bronx, 718 at Hostos College, 718-518-4395. You have CUNY Express Immigration Center at 560 West 181st Street. And the number there is 212-568-4692. And Staten Island is, and they only, in Staten Island, the services are only on Mondays. And the number there is 718-982-2370. You can pass this information around. I mean, I have so many more. You have GMHC, the Gay Mental Health Crisis in Manhattan. You have the HIV Law Project, and they provide immigration, housing, benefit, future permanency. They provide a wide range of services, and they're located in Manhattan, 15 Maiden Lane. The number is 212-566-3001, extension 623. And I have a whole lot more. Those are the nonprofit agencies that are available to us that you can contact. So the number here is 718-342-0590. 0510. We're actually addressing the issue of how the Muslim ban affects us. At this point, it's not affecting us, but the encouragement is that if you're a green card holder, apply for your citizenship.
Okay, listen. If you feel that you don't want to comment on the live feed, you could call the studio, don't give your name, just ask your questions. Or you could text me at 201-705-9844. Do not leave your name, just your question, and Ms. Sharmin will answer your question, or she'll get the lawyer to answer your question. That number is 201-705-9844. You could just, don't leave your name, just send your questions, and we get it answered for you. All right?
I have one comment, because I asked the question. I asked people to share their opinion, how they felt. A lot of times we don't have the platform, or even when we get the platform, to share how we feel, how we truly feel about something, and unravel those feelings. We shy away from it. But I have one comment that it made me very upset. Senators and public officials of each state should fight this ban. It's unconstitutional. That's right. But you know something? We have to pressure remember, the presidency is only for 4 years. The congressional, the assembly women, every 2 years, right?
Yeah.
So we have to ensure that we're putting pressure on them. How many of them, other than Congressman Hakeem Jeffrey and Congresswoman Yvette Clarke, are the only two in Brooklyn, in our neighborhoods, that I saw did anything? Congressman Jeffrey was at JFK. Congresswoman had an open, had a forum on Coney Island last night. We vote them in. We need to pressure them. They need to work for us. So the frustration, we should be calling the offices, telling them we want to hear their opinions, and pressure them to work for us.
Absolutely.
So this is something that we need to do, and just get our assemblywoman, our congressman, whomever, numbers, and call them and ask their opinion. Where do they stand? What do they feel? Especially if their constituents are made up of, most people have mixed constituents. So, we want to hear from them. We also want to hear from you. Before the show, did you have any fears that this ban could eventually it could have some trickle down effect, or there might be something down the pipeline that can affect us? Did you think that? What? Call us at 718-342-0510. Again, 718-342-0510.
I have a question, Ms. Sharmin, and
Yeah.
it's pertaining to nobody, just something that just came to mind. What if you are here and you don't have no papers, right? Mm-hmm. And you choose to go and marry somebody just to get your paper? Would you think that's a good idea or a bad idea?
I don't know. I'm not the legal expert with this. That's why I sought legal. That's why I sought, the advice of Attorney Suarez, and I was so happy when he said, yes, I can call him and he can answer whatever question, because I don't know if you came in this country, mm-hmm. and this is just from my natural understanding or wisdom, that if you came in this country and you overstayed your time, once you overstayed your time, you're illegal. So here is an illegal person marrying a citizen after they overstayed their time.
Right.
I don't know if that person would have to go home and obtain their papers, so that go back to their country of origin, and then the person they married submit. I have no idea, and that would be a great question to ask Attorney Suarez. It's not my.
It's a puzzling question.
But then also, Attorney Suarez and Rickford actually sent out a bulletin last night, and I think it came out like 1 a.m. and I'm going to read parts throughout the show. And it says, in light of the change in the U.S. administration and drastic changes in U.S. immigration policy, the CGID issues the following guidance to immigrants. 1. The Trump administration has in effect reinstated a Bush administration policy known as secure communities. Secure communities is a partnership between federal, state, and city law enforcement. It mandates and empowers state and city police as well as the courts to arrest and or detain undocumented immigrants with or without criminal convictions, as well as permanent residents with criminal convictions who engage the criminal justice system. Detainees are remanded to the custody of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, which is ICE, for removal or deportation proceeding for violating the U.S. immigration law.
Wow. Wow. So really you're not safe. Whether you have it or not, you're not really safe because you don't know what's coming.
That's why all the immigration attorneys are encouraging green card holders
To do it now.
to go and get their citizenship.
I know someone in that situation, and I'm not calling their name,
But you can't do that.
I know that. But please take Ms. Sharmin advice. I know you're listening to the show. Please, please, please take Ms. Sharmin advice.
So I think that all of you under the sound of my voice, you're a green card holder. Hey guys, okay, let me get real here. Tax season is here. Instead of planning the Easter vacation into Guyana, just to go somewhere that you know and that you can, if you don't go for 10 years, you'll still know where the places are still there. Please take money out of your tax refund and apply for your citizenship. It's going to benefit you, but it's important that you apply for your citizenship. If you need help, get in contact with me. I'll help you. But we need to do this. Please, please apply for your citizenship. If you are a green card holder and you have a felony, don't automatically disqualify yourself. Contact one of these long list of immigration services that I shared. Choose one of them, make an appointment, go sit with them, or you can either call Attorney Suarez and let him advise you. But don't rule it out. There might be some clause sitting somewhere that after 10 years, after 15 years, and you haven't had any trouble with the law, you might be able to, I don't know. I have no knowledge about law. But instead of sitting and just condemning yourself that, you know, I did this, it can't happen. Just go and see, because it depends on the felony. Do not disqualify yourself. Next.
Some people, the reason why they don't want to be a citizen, I hear a lot of Jamaicans say this too. They feel like what's the word? Like they're backstabbing their own country, like they're giving up their country, like it's like a pride thing.
I think it's I don't even want to comment on that. That's people's choice.
Right.
If you choose not to apply for citizenship, that's on you. That's your choice. But everything has a consequence attached to it. If anything should happen down the line, it's on you. It's a choice that you made. You know, it's your choice. The final decision is yours. If you want to be a green card holder and you think you're betraying your country by applying for citizenship in the United States, it's still your choice. You are a free agent, and if that's what you choose to do, fine. But just remember that there are consequences, that something might happen and you're going to say, I wish I had applied for my citizenship. On the other hand, those of you that have been procrastinating about applying for your citizenship, you should submit that application. The second thing on the bulletin, obey the law at all times to avoid arrest. If arrested, you have a right to remain silent as well as a right to an attorney. Do not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license issued to you by any state within the U.S. It is an arrestable offense.
Wow.
You may drive in the U.S. lawfully, but temporarily with a valid driver's license issued to you by a government agency in your country. Contact the DMV for more information about driving with a foreign license. Driving with or use of what is known as an international driver's license or an international driver's permit is a crime. These are unlawful or fraudulent instruments. Presenting them to a police officer could be a felony.
Wow. That's simple, huh?
So guys, I know of people that come from other countries and they say, oh, I have an international driver's license. But when you come here with the international driver's license, please go to the DMV and encourage your friends and relatives to go to the DMV, not just pick up a vehicle and drive it. Again, do not drive under another person's name or with someone else's license. If stopped and or discovered by the police, you can be arrested for identity fraud.
What?
Okay?
That's a long list.
It's not the number 6. If a law enforcement officer issues a summons or a ticket to you for a moving violation or quality of life infraction, like being in the park after hours, urinating in public, jaywalking, riding on the sidewalk, crossing in between subway train cars, spitting on the train, etc. Do not become a scofflaw, pay all fines and or ensure you attend your every court hearing until the matter is completely resolved, and make sure you obtain a certificate of disposition.
Wow.
And I have some more, but we'll take a break.
Talk Time with Sharmin. Talk Time with Sharmin.
He's the first one who discovered Jamaica. And I say that, what about the other Indians? And the few black men who were down here before them. The Indians bring men and black down. Here comes black man and woman and children. And in a jungle land, holy families of Texas. A holy Babylon, now be straight along. Christy Bacolo, Jack Plastic Liar. Christy Bacolo, Jack Plastic Liar. Yes, God.
Talk Time with Sharmin.
So I asked DJ Andrew, I think you asked that question that someone who's maybe came here on a visa and the visa expired, right?
Right.
And they if they marry a citizen can they
Would it be right?
obtain legal status? And the attorney said yes, it takes about 6 to 9 months after filing.
So, your opinion, I'm just saying, your opinion, not the law opinion, but your opinion. Would you, if you know somebody in a situation in a good environment, would you suggest, listen, you're my friend, I think you should get married just to, claim your status here to stay, or would you tell them to do something different?
If it's my friend, and I would tell them to get married because I know a lot of people that are illegal, don't have papers, and things happen like relatives in Guyana die or their parents died in Guyana, and because of their statuses, they couldn't go home.
Right.
They couldn't go for the funeral. And they've been here for years. I know people that are illegal that drives vehicles. I don't know what license they have.
Right.
And the crazy thing, or the most ridiculous thing that I've seen and heard, it's two people, a couple, and both of them illegal. It don't make any sense to me. So, I mean, what would I look at the two of them and say? You need to find someone to marry you, and you need to find someone to marry you. They decide that they're going to be a couple. But if the immigration laws, or if Congress, because remember what the attorney says, that, you know, for years Congress hasn't passed any law. The amount of executive orders the president can issue is limited. But if Congress passes a law, it's different. And for me, I always, even when I speak to my staff, I said, always implement the what if factor.
Right.
What if, right? So I think people should ask themselves that. What if? Even, I was about to say something that would get me in trouble with someone. But, no, I have good self-control. I think that people that are undocumented, some of them making money, they're working. I think they need to fix their priorities, because there's someone that is a citizen that can marry you and give you that status. So that, I mean, if you get after, the thing is, what my concern is, after you're in a place, after you're away from a place 5 years, you become acculturated. So if you're in the U.S. for 5 years and you've been illegal for 5 years, you have already been acculturated. Now, if something happens and you have to return to your native country, what are you going to do?
Good question.
What are you going to do? As an illegal immigrant, you have limitations. Yes, you're in the land of opportunities, but your opportunities are limited. So, what do? Do you remain in that? You might be in the U.S. 10, 20 plus years, and you're undocumented. Does that even make sense? And if you're deported, you'll be deported with just what you have on your back.
They found you with, exactly.
And you're being deported to a place that you don't know anymore.
True.
That you've outgrown. Also, if you came here with your children and you became a citizen, your children automatically became a citizen.
Right.
But you haven't filed for them, and some of them are old now.
That would be a problem.
So, what do? If your child, listen to this, Your child has been here 16, 17, 20 years. Has the opportunity of becoming a citizen automatically, but you didn't do that. However, your child is in a group that got into some trouble. And your child, who knows nothing about your country of origin, is being deported back to that country.
I got a question since we're on the child topic. What if you are undocumented, right? You meet, this for the females only. You got pregnant, you had the baby, right? You and the father split. Now you have a US born child, but you're still undocumented. What happened then?
I don't know. I remember I'm not the lawyer.
Well, that's a good question. You gotta ask the lawyer for me. You know,
He's gonna get tired of me texting. Let me see.
you know,
Yeah,
there's a lot of people out there that have kids, but they
Okay,
don't
but
have the
they need
papers.
to ask the questions.
Well, I'm trying to help them, but they won't help themselves. So
Well, if they don't
I'm trying
have-
to think beyond, you know.
I don't know about that. That's a tough one. That's a toughie. I don't know. Go to one of these places that I've listed.
Mr. Astor, go on the call.
Of course, you can call. The number here is 718. It's actually pinned. 718-342-0510. Again, 718-342-0510. I just think that if you're a man and you're undocumented, find a woman, marry her.
Treat her nice first.
No, don't pretend that you're into the relationship and just to get your papers. That's unfair to the other person. If it's just about the papers, have your money and let her know, and I don't know, have a conversation with her. But just don't pretend that you are in love or you have any feelings for this woman or this man just to get your papers. Calling you live. Welcome to Talk Time with Sharmin.
Hi, good afternoon, sis. How are you doing? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I know someone of the very same topic you're talking about there right now. I'm here, 33, almost 34 years, and they're here at the same time without no documents.
Wow.
Is this a female?
It's a male, and our children are born here.
Wow.
Can you talk to this person? But okay, are any of the children 18 years and older?
They're way older than that.
You
This
mean
individual is just totally lackadaisical.
Wow.
just walking?
You could imagine someone talking to you from 98th Street and how to do things right and you're doing it, still in the same position.
Procrastination.
No,
He's just talking stupid.
no, that's not even. That's not even. I don't know if there is if there is a word to describe that or a psychological condition to describe that, because what if something happens and he's arrested?
Well, I really can't tell you, but as I said, this individual is going through life the same way like that. You talk to them, they don't listen. Because, and not to say his family officer helped him, but he's just, put it this way, even his mother tried to do what she had to do, and because of his lackadaisical behavior, it ended up as you could understand what's going on.
But maybe something is wrong there. Because I can't see anyone 34 years and you have options to become a legal resident and you're not doing it. Something is definitely wrong.
Can I say something to you? This is one of the best caterpillar mechanics I know in Guyana, growing up as a young man. In the field, they have no bulldozer that would break even move it or fix it. What happened? I don't know.
Something happened. And what has he been doing for the 34 years, employment-wise, or just gaining?
He's working. He literally, to be honest, he work in every trade, whatever he can do, but he's always working.
Wow. And I guess because of that, he became complacent and said, okay, I don't have papers, but I still make money, so I don't need to go do it.
Well, he thinks, and to what you know his brother from school, his younger brother and I were in school, but you will know the individual too. Oh. But you know we can't call names.
No, we can't. But no, seriously, I guess it's because he's making money and he doesn't see the importance of actually getting his papers. But I mean, we saw the increase. We saw the policy, but the increase of immigration and customs enforcement. The increase of ICE. They're increasing ICE officers by a couple of thousand. So we wanna talk to him. Anything can happen at any time, and 34 years away from your country, you don't know there anymore. If you get deported, you're lost.
So I'll be able to try.
Well, to be honest with you, I mean, not only several individuals talk to him, but he does do what he wants to do. So at the end of the day, it's a grown man, as I said. You just got to leave him. Let him find his way and do his thing. It's like if a grown man or someone over 21 don't know what they want in life at that age, you cannot tell them.
That's true, but we could still try. I mean, in the wake of what is happening, you can have a conversation and say, bro, we don't know what's going to come down the pipeline. You need to try to do something.
Yeah, as I said, he's here for a very long time. He's well aware of all the situations. He's well aware of all the conditions that exist, but just complacent and lackadaisical for an adult. And this is someone actually approaching 60 years old.
But they said that after 35 psychologically, people don't change. I don't know how true is that, but however, if he's approaching 60, and now my question would be to him, Oscar, is you're approaching the age of retirement. You haven't paid any Social Security in this country. What are your retirement plans?
Well, and there is where, as I said, he doesn't get it. Because, I mean, for the silence, I have suffered for the years I'm working here. If I cannot live here when I retire, I'm making 8,000 a year, and I cannot live on 8,000. I'm just existing on that. How can I live on half of that when I retire? And not like I go home with that half and make do with life. You might be lonely, but just come and visit your children and go back. But it's difficult to live off of 80,000 now working. Most of the you're going to get half of that in little bit of Social Security or whatever little pension or 401. And a lot of people are not thinking of it or looking at it this way.
But he's approaching the age where he wouldn't be able to work. What are his plans? That's like reality check. You will be 65 shortly in a few years. What are your plans? What are your retirement plans? Are you going to go back to your country? Are you going to stay here? And if you stay here, what income would you be? Hey, there are a lot of questions. What would be your health? What's your health care plan?
Well, I'm telling you, I don't know. As I said, I speak to this individual.
and he never seems to want to change. I mean, sometimes I look at it as, some people, they never go out of the childhood ways. And I think that's one of them.
Wow. Wow. That's a hard one.
Yeah.
Especially for the age that he's approaching. Retirement is serious, and in our Guyanese community, we don't focus on retirement at all. And even some people here that retirement is not important. You might be in your 20s, in your 30s, you're not thinking about that. But this one, hey, I'm lost for words.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, you said in the Guyanese community, a lot of people should look at it in a way. I can be house rich, but cash poor. I can sell all of them, I have retirement money. They have several different properties, they rent it, they collect, they make do, then they sell it, they have something. They might not have the liquid cash in the bank, like some people do, and some people are cash rich and house poor, because don't have nowhere to live. But in either case, I mean, he has nothing really coming to him in no form.
Well, I guess he has the
I did 20 years with the union, still a member, and he still there, never did anything.
Maybe he has the Guyanese mentality that his children are going to take care of him. So I guess as he gets older, maybe there's a plan in place. He's going to go into a nursing home or something. But
who wants a broke old man in life? Nobody wants a broke old man. You're not no asset to nobody. You're a liability. And a lot of men have to start thinking that way.
Yeah, but how many of them think like that? That's a whole nother topic there.
Retirement and Caribbean parents.
That's a but for real, that's a whole different topic. Because a lot of men don't think long term. They live their lives. However, they're in their 50s and they're still living like when they were in their 30s. And here they are, they're single and advancing to retirement.
The ones that are doing well, I can really commend them on what they're doing and how the direction they want to be in or go into. But the ones that not doing what they're supposed to do, I'm sorry, because most of them get complacent and depend, oh, I got a good wife. Yeah, she's only going to do what she got to do, but she can't do for two. You got to do for yourself, regardless of what. She's willing to help you as a partner, but as I said, this individual just feels like a baby because not veering off the topic, doing what he wants to do, so nobody could speak to him.
Well, since you can't speak to him, you just gotta pray for him and hope that something snaps before it's too late.
They put it this way: there's some family members are so upset with him for that they don't even want to sanction of it anymore.
Well, he has made up his mind. He's above 50, and I said he's above 50 years old, so it's a grown man, and he has made his decision, and there's nothing anyone can do.
Yep. Okay, then since you continue your program, it's been a good job. I've been looking a long time from the time you came on, and I never called you. As I said, I just came and check in and see you had a good program on with this whole issue. And this is something, there's a Jamaican guy many years ago named Wayne Clear, Church Avenue, had a little office by where Summers at the place. And he was preaching this a long time, since 1989 or before that. He been preaching this on the radio.
And then it
So he been preaching this a long time. Here it is, it's coming.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. And continue to listen. And, you know, if you have any suggestions with topics, let me know.
Okay, I will. So you take care. And you have a wonderful evening.
Okay, you too. Thank you.
Ms. Sharmin, I got a question. Well, not really a question, like a statement. People don't understand the ban, right? Most of the United States oil and stuff come from where? The Middle East, right? And that's where the president did all this banning. So how does it affect you? Here how? Gas gonna go up.
But that's an assumption. Don't let's make assumptions, because we already have some people we're already on hypervigilance. And one of the things I don't want to be a part of is fueling any anxiety. And I don't want to do that, because you have to have the evidence.
Gotcha.
If we don't have evidence, we're not gonna fuel that.
Okay.
The only thing we want to do is encourage our listeners. It's tax time. It couldn't happen at a better time, because everybody have extra money, right? And so get your citizenship.
Some people don't calculate the tax time to pay off for the credit card for Christmas. So.
Well, you know what? Listen what happened. It's a vicious cycle. You're going to pay off the credit card now.
That's right.
And then next year, you have the same problem.
Yep.
So, instead of paying off the credit card, pay half or 3/4.
Or the minimum.
Not the minimum, pay 3/4. Get your citizenship and continue to pay the credit card. But I know before the year starts, everyone starts planning for their tax money, you know. But it's so important. It's like I think I shared this last week or something. One of my staff was saying to me, you know, Miss Prince, something we were talking about vacation, and she said, I can't have a vacation. And I said, why not? And she said, I can't afford it. So I said, are you sure you can't afford it? She's like, no. I said, could you afford $50 a week? She's like, of course. I'm like, okay. You have an MCU account? She said, yes. I said, okay. When you get your tax money, what do you do with it? Give me a long list, whatever. I said, could you take $1,000 out of your tax money? She said, yes. I said, okay, take that $1,000, go to MCU, and open the 18-month plus CD. What it does, you're depositing the $1,000, and every month, $50 come out of your out of your check, direct deposit into that account for 18 months. So it's $100 a month for 18 months. You have $1,800 plus the $1,000.
That's 2008.
That's 2008. And if next year when you get your tax again, you take another $1,000 and you add it to that. So at the end of the 18 months, you have $3,800 plus some interest.
So
you have a vacation. And you could have a vacation every 18 months, just that easy. So, and then I told her, you know, you need to pay me for my consultation. But no, seriously, as simple as that. But I know that you have all these plans for your taxes. But please get your citizenship. You have no idea what can happen. And you're not safe as a green card holder. You know, I know a young guy, and he had violent crimes, like, you know, whatever. And he was sent home to Guyana, and came up here as a kid and really didn't know where he was going back to. Thank God he had relatives there. But I want to encourage all of you to please, please, please apply for your citizenship. And if you weren't on when the attorney was on, there is a program called DACA. If your child came here on the 16th, is now between the age of 16 and 31 years old, and has a high school diploma or its equivalency, that child can apply for DACA. The child would get a work permit and be able to travel. So that's an option. And of course, with the ban, you do not have to be scared. You do not have to be anxious. If you have a felony and you want to apply for your citizenship, it depends on what type of felony, but you can seek counsel from an immigration attorney. If you're undocumented and you marry a citizen, you can become documented between 6 to 9 months. So find yourself a citizen, fall in love, and get married quickly. Don't say anything, DJ Andrew.
I am not saying anything.
Okay, play some music.
I got a good one for you.
So again, hold on. Guys, if you are undocumented, you don't have any papers, you came on a visa, you overstayed your time. If you marry a citizen, you can become a legal resident in 6 to 9 months. If you have a child that is in the U.S. undocumented between age 16 and 31, and they have a and they have a high school diploma or its equivalency, they can apply for DACA. DACA they would get a work permit, they will be able to work, and they will be able to travel. If you are a green card holder, if you didn't join the show early, the attorney that was on, if you're a green card holder, he encouraged you to obtain your citizenship. And I'm offering my assistance to help complete those citizenship applications.
Money too?
For me?
No. You're offering your assistance, so if they need money.
No. I'm offering. You heard me. You didn't listen to me.
Yeah, I heard you.
I am offering my assistance to complete the citizenship applications for you. So the number here, 718-342-0510. And the purpose, one of the things I know, a lot of people were angry, a lot of people were anxious, a lot of people were fearful. there were a lot of, people were just scared of how this ban is going to affect us. It didn't affect us, but we had a lot of emotions. Call us at 718-342-0510 and share your anxiety, your emotion, your anger. I was angry. Let me share that. When after, I've been monitoring it all day, and as I receive the live feeds, I've been sharing it. I think I started sharing it around 1 o'clock, and then like around 3:30, 4 o'clock, I wrote on my in my status, anyone in Brooklyn wants to join me at JFK. And no one responded. So, but after watching it, I'm like, you know what? Even though I'm not a Muslim, and because I'm going to speak to our Caribbean people, those of us that are West Indians, some of us, because it doesn't affect us directly, we don't care. We're a group of extremely callous people. We don't care, whatever it's for the Muslims. But my thing is that here we are, and half of the people that went out there, that were out there, wouldn't affect them. But we have to get out to the mindset that if it's not affecting me, I don't need to do anything about it. But when whatever is affecting you, you may need the support of the very people that you could have supported. So after watching it, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. People are at the airport and they're unable to enter. I was listening to NPR today. Students, PhD students that are studying here in the US, one Stony Brook student was actually placed on the plane and sent back. So there's a lot that went on behind the scene that we are not aware of, because not one of the things a lot of us new supply is Facebook. And if you're going to use Facebook, you have to read. And a lot of us don't read, because we get information overloaded within an hour, because we're bombarded by so much information, and you have to be able to decipher what you're going to read or what you're going to take in. And not everything you read, you have to fact check on Facebook, because you have freedom of press. People just write things and share things, and half of it is not true. So as I'm looking, I'm like, okay, I had enough. I can't be an observer anymore. So I got dressed and drove to the airport and participated, and everyone is asking me, well, how was it? I can't describe the feeling, because that's something that you have to experience for yourself. And I would like to see, like yesterday, or there is the march in Battery Park, and we're organizing this group that is going to leave Brooklyn at this time, and we are going to lend our support to the people there. Nothing of the sort. I didn't see anything like that. I must give credit to Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, who was at the airport, and he was inside doing whatever he can, and to Congresswoman Yvette Clark for the meeting that she had yesterday or last evening in Coney Island. But we need to become participants, because at some point we will need the help of others.
Yep.
we don't know what's coming down the pipeline. We don't know what can affect us.
Just the first week.
Also, there are Muslims in our nation. There are Muslims in Trinidad. There are Muslims in Guyana. And what if one of your friends or relative that is a Muslim went home to Guyana or to Trinidad or to one of the islands with a green card?
How would you treat them?
And didn't know that they had to speak to someone at the consulate or at the embassy before returning. And then when they get to JFK, they're detained in the room for hours and hours and hours, and then eventually sent back. Right? It's possible. You know, the what if factor, what if. So let us begin to lend support to other groups. Join groups, even if you don't want to participate. Join the ACLU. I felt so good today when I heard the news. The ACLU for last weekend, they raised $24 million. 3 times their annual expectations. Or their goal, 3 times that. And it's because they file all the injunctions. So we need to start supporting you have the ACLU, you have MovingOn.org, you have all these organizations that even if you don't want to participate physically, you can donate $10 a year. So because they go and the ACLU fights for everything, right? So their organizations, become a part of an organization. You know, make some contribution. There's so many organizations. You had the Women March on Washington. There's so many organizations that are involved in that. Begin to participate. We are too dormant. We are not participating. We do not participate in a lot of stuff. And we have to become more active. We have to do more as a community. Because a lot of the things we look at it and we're like, you know, I'm going to say this. We are so consumed with materialism that some people would say, well, girl said to me, girl, I ain't got time for that. I don't have the time to leave me house and go by the airport or go by no protest.
Are too cold?
I wouldn't and didn't respond to those comments because when you hear comments like that, it's a mind that is pretty small, and responding to that might be too big for the mind to come. You can't put a 9x5 vision in a 4x4 mind. So I'm so sorry. You don't respond to those things. But we have to get out. We have to participate. We have to do something. Even if you don't do it physically, do it financially. $5, $10 a year. The number here is 718-342-0510. Tell me how you felt. Did you feel angry? The amazing thing, I just love you guys. There was not one person that was watching me live. Sharmin, please be careful. Please be careful, but some of you never knew that, you know, my dream, I don't know, maybe it's a little revolutionary in me that this was my 3rd protest, I think, since I'm in this country, that, you know, I don't mind getting arrested.
I'm going to share something with you. Hopefully it make you smile. So I saw your protest video. I shared it on my wall. Someone shared it on their wall, and then someone shared it on their wall.
Well, thank you.
So I couldn't make it because I had to go to work, but I did my part of sharing your view. And that somebody else copied your view and shared it. I think my friend in Australia shared it. Someone in Canada shared it. So just because I shared your video, and I think I wrote a status on it or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but they just shared it or I write the status, and it was carried on. So I hope that make you feel appreciated.
Well, of course. And for all the comments, Sharmin, be careful. It's so soothing. But I mean, if I'm doing something, I'm not fearful. That's the least thing. I wouldn't go there and do anything and be defiant. If you get arrested, you get arrested. You get arrested for a good thing or for a good cause. And there are always lawyers around protesters where that is willing to represent you as long as you didn't do anything stupid. Exactly. So that was not my fear, but it's not done, and we have to get out. We are so consumed, back to my point, we're so consumed in making the dollar, to pay the bills, to go to wherever our hometown, to impress whomever, and we don't have time. You don't even have time for your children because hey, so here we are, 718-342-0510. Tell me how you feel. Tell me that you were angry and why you were angry, and if you were upset, and when you saw me, I just want you to call. When you saw me there, what were your thoughts, Sharmin? It's crazy. Something, but just call us 718-342-0510.
Talk Time with Sharmin.
Welcome to Talk Time with Sharmin, calling you live.
Good evening, Queen Sharmin. Good evening, DJ Andrew.
Good evening, brother.
Oh my God, this is a good one. I missed it. I missed the beginning, but I just picked it up, and I said to Carla, this is all about immigration.
Yes.
Yes.
So let me start off like you said. I am hell mad as hell. I am very upset because this is the country of a great land. And we've never seen this kind of stuff taking place in this country, where you get to the airport and you refuse entry with a green card, with a visa. We have problems. Sharmin, I like what you just said also, and I'm guilty of that also. I'm not going to lie, I'm guilty of not participating in some protest and some march. You know what, I think this right here is going to draw me out to start participating in this.
Well, brother, or you're going to regret you said that to me.
She'll owe you to that.
I said you're going to regret you said that to me because I'll be drawing you out.
You can bring me out and Brother Earl will be there. I need to start to get involved with stuff like that, because as I sit and watch it, it's just unjust. It's too much unjust. Like you give an example. Imagine they let this young lady in this country to study to get for a PhD. The child went home for a vacation. Like you said, she's in Cairo coming back home to her home, what she called home, to finish her education. And she was taken. That right there really got my iris. That one. Because we opened the doors for these people. We opened the doors for them again. The fabric of America. America was built on us, on the foreigners, immigrants. Those are people well established in this country. And now all of a sudden, you want to turn
turn them away, lock them out. It is not fair. It is not fair. Now, to touch on our local politicians, like you said, we need to call them out, yes. The only two you mentioned, and I followed it, only Mr. Jeffrey and Ms. Clark said something about us. And like you said, we need to start participating because this can turn to the other side now. And you said it well, Guyana, Trinidad, Jamaica, maybe Barbados, they all have Muslim people in those countries. And it can turn to us, and we can be affected also the same way. So like you said, a great point, we need to start to get involved. So when it's our time to get help and support, people will be here for us. As I watched the demonstration at JFK, I brought it to Carla's attention. I said, Lord, Carla, look at Gandhi there. Charming. I saw Gandhi's flag. Was you there with that flag, young lady?
No, I wasn't up. That's
Okay.
that's at the top with the flags. I was so proud. I have a picture of that.
I saw the flag. I said, God, I said, Carla, look, Gandhi people represented our people.
Yes.
I don't know how many of them, but they were there.
Yes, with their little flags, and then the amazing thing, while I'm on the ground and I have my phones, I saw Noel Moses and Guliana and their two Guyanese, and I was so excited.
Understood.
I was so excited to see them that they were there. And of course I saw the Guyanese flag, but I didn't go up because they were up and I was actually on the ground. But it was such a nice feeling to see. I mean, there weren't a lot of us out there.
Right. I can imagine, like you said,
And you know what was
representation.
No, our poor representation. You know what was amazing, Brother Earl, that businesses were sending boxes and boxes of pizza and coffee, and people are walking around with cases of water and sharing. It was such a beautiful camaraderie.
Nice.
To see people from all walks of life, all economic strata, every group just come together just to stand there as one.
Yep.
We need to get involved.
You got to get involved there. Very good point. I like your reality check also. And I was telling Carla, folks may not like Queen Sharmin what she's going to say, but Brother Earl is going to touch on it also. And I hope I don't have any disaster tonight. You know, like the gentleman that just called in and spoke of his friend who's been here how long and didn't set himself up. You know, this is something I've always said to many friends over the years. We come to this country. We live in this country, work, we spend all lots of time here. We go for vacations. We're here 20, 30 years. And we continue to hold on to that green card. And like you said, it's time for us all who are not. You've got to put in that citizenship papers like yesterday. They will make it a little more expensive for us, but you have to jump on it now. You cannot put that off anymore. Miss Charmin, Queen Charmin, give the best advice. It's tax time. Forget the glitz and the glamour now. We've got important things. Time is of the essence now. Time is of the essence. You've got to address your citizenship, or you're going to be in hot water later on down the road. So this right here, man, I am living. I've never seen this in this country, and I'm hot. I am still hot over it, okay? I got to catch up on you to see where it's at right now, but over the weekend it really touched my heart. I'm very upset over it. It is not a good thing. This is not a free and great America that I know. It is not.
And you know what, Brother Earl, like today, our Senator Chuck Schumer, during the protest at Battery Park, a lot of politicians came out and addressed the crowds, the protesters. And while he was addressing the protesters, he got teary and he shed some tears.
Yes, he did. I saw
our president made fun of it and wants to know who is his acting
I don't want to
coach.
touch that one, but you're right. Mr. Schumer was very emotional, and that's a man that sticks his neck anyway. He was very emotional. And to hear that gentleman in 1600 saying what he said, who pays him to be an actor? Are you serious? Listen, I don't want to touch that. Let's leave that part alone. But Mr. Schumer was very, very sincere. He was real choked up and teary-eyed, no question about it. And a lot of them feel that way. A lot of, but we need more of our people now area, our constituency to come out and speak up for us.
Yes.
Because we are going to need them around eventually for us. Like we said, maybe most of those people at GFK didn't have to be there, but just the solidarity. That solidarity, like you said, we don't have to be afraid of being locked up when you go there. Because like you said a great thing also. The ATM that money they raised over the weekend, it was wonderful for the job they do for us. You don't have to be afraid to go to get locked up because like you said, the lawyers are there, like you said, once you've done nothing stupid, they will represent you.
Yes.
You'll be out before the night is up with a
Yes.
So like you said, we need, and brother, like I said, I'm guilty of that one. I will get more involved, and I have to get us a protest pretty soon. Because I've never seen this in this country, and I'm very upset about it. I'm really sorry that I missed the beginning part with the lawyer, what he had to say. I wonder if you brief us later some more of the stuff that he said.
Okay.
All right, I thank you much for the time. Great topic. This is one we need to focus on. And callers, please call in, get advice. Queen Sharmin has been given great advice. Address your citizenship now. Leave the glitz and the glamour and all that stuff for this tax money and address that now. Thank you much, DJ Andrew. Have a wonderful evening. Pastor Peter, good evening to you wherever you are. Thank you, Queen Sharmin.
Thank you, Brother Earl, and good night to Sister Carla.
Thank you. She's listening outside. Thank you much, dear. Thanks. Good night.
Thank you.
All right.
Talk Time with Sharmin.
718-342-0510. I didn't finish reading everything. So where did I finish? I stop at 7, right?
Yeah.
So if you're arrested and prosecuted for committed a crime, do not accept misdemeanor and or felony plea agreements without the advice of both a criminal defense and immigration attorney. Violations are acceptable in some circumstances, but consult a criminal defense and immigration attorney before accepting a plea for a violation. Pleading guilty to crimes without the advice of counsel could jeopardize your permanent resident status, prevent you from becoming a citizen, or make you ineligible for permanent residency or U.S. citizenship.
Lot to lose.
Individuals with permanent resident status, which is a green card holder, for 3 or more years pursuant to marriage are eligible for citizenship and should apply immediately after consulting an immigration attorney. Individuals eligible for citizenship and should apply immediately after consulting an immigration attorney. Permanent residents with criminal convictions should not apply for citizenship with first consulting an immigration attorney about their criminal convictions. Failure to seek the advice of a counsel may result in you being placed in removal or deportation proceedings. Permanent residents, persons who are out of status or undocumented, who have felony and or misdemeanor convictions for deportable offenses or crimes of moral turpitude should, in contemplation of being deported, consult an immigration attorney regarding their status. These individuals should also avoid international as well as interstate travel within the U.S., as they may be subject to questioning or detention by ICE agents. Persons who are undocumented or out of status and wish to lawfully regularize their status must do so as soon as possible after consulting an immigration attorney. And deferred action for childhood arrivals. This is a program enacted by President Obama for young people who came to the U.S. before age 16 and is currently under age 31. Prospective candidates should consult an immigration attorney. And we heard Attorney Suarez said that if you must have a high school diploma or its equivalency to be eligible for the DACA status. Please, if for more, this what I just read was done by Attorney Suarez and Rickford Burke. So it wasn't my stuff. I actually got it from their bulletin. And again, I want to thank, I have to do this, I forgot, Richard Singh was also at JFK on Saturday. So Richard, Noel Guliano, and the group that were up in the parking lot with their flags, the Guyana flags. Thank you for representing us, and thank you for every other member. I actually spoke to her. She sounded like Haitian. I didn't want to ask her where she was from, but when I saw her, I asked her, why she saw the need to be there, and she shared that also on one of the videos. The number here is 718-342-051.
Me and all my friends, we're all misunderstood. They say we stand for nothing and there's no way we ever could. Now we see everything that's going wrong with the world and those who lead it. We just feel that we don't have the means to rise above and beat it. So we keep waiting. Waiting on the world to change. We keep on waiting. Waiting on the world to change. It's hard to beat the system when we're standing at a distance. So we keep waiting. Waiting on the world to change. If we had the power to bring our neighbors home from war, they would have never missed a Christmas. No more ribbons on the door. Never get church and television. What you get is what you got. Give me only information. Oh, they can bend it all they want. That's why we're waiting. Waiting on the world to change. Waiting. Waiting on the world to change. It's not that we don't care. We just know that the fight is fair. So we keep waiting. Waiting on the world to change.
Hey guys, welcome back to Talk Time with Sharmin. Let me say who is not affected by this ban. This executive order applies only to non-citizens. So anyone with non-citizen, whether that person is natural born or naturalized, is not anyone that is a citizen. Sorry, whether you're born here or you're a naturalized citizen, you don't have to be worried. This executive order does not affect you. But on Sunday, the White House Chief of Staff said to the NBC's Meet the Press that Customs and Border Patrol, which is the CBP agents, would have listen to this, for you green card holders, the CBP, the Customs and Border Patrol, would have discretionary authority to question U.S. citizens coming from those countries. Well, like for me, and people like me with that like adventure, we would be able, if we visit those countries and we're returning, the CBP have the discretionary authority, like if they look at me and think that, okay, maybe we should question her, they can detain me and question me. Why did you go to Syria? Or why did you go to Libya? Or why did you go to Sudan? Right? So they have that discretionary authority to do that. For the next, this executive order was for 120 days. And it bars the entry of any refugee who is awaiting resettlement in the U.S. And it prohibits all Syrian refugees from entering in the U.S. until further notice. And it bans citizens from majority Muslim countries: Iraq, Iran, Syria, Somalia, Sudan, Libya, and Yemen. And while I was listening to a program today, during my lunch, I heard this young woman from Yemen whose relatives have been waiting for 14 years. They have been vetted and everything, and they were sent back. So, guys, we don't have to be worried. But if you're a green card holder, you need to go get your citizenship. So someone is Raj Suraj Bali. He's asking, so what this show is about? This show is about if the effects or how does the ban or the executive order from the president affects us, if it affects us, and of course it doesn't affect us, but that's what and it's given us the opportunity to vent how we felt when we saw that the executive order was executed. So that's what the show is about, Raj. I saw something else that I wanted to share about the executive order. I'm not gonna. And a question is that, so many people may be asking if this ban or this executive order is a Muslim ban. And according to the article, and this article is from theatlantic.com, technically no. The ban includes 7 majority Muslim countries. By no means are these states the most populous Muslim country. So it's not a ban on all. Technically, no. Is this a Muslim ban? On paper, it's not. But you know, when people are coming in, it might be a different story. So you have a question, comment?
I have a comment. Well, more like a statement. I have a few friends on Facebook, and one of them says something that's kind of true, and kind of like, Muslims play a big part in this country, whether they were born here or from a different country, right? She put up a status, so, Mr. Trump, who's gonna make my chicken over rice? Who's gonna do certain things, like, you know, most of the Arab people we are friends with, we know them, we wave to them, we say hi, good morning. So like, you teaching the future generation to be, what, like?
You have to be the person that is teaching your children values. Because we're in a country that, you know, we see morals slipping away. And we have a comment by Kimberly. She said, Miss Sharmin, I work at the airport. As you walk into the arrival area, the immigration lawyers were all lined up there with signs letting you know who they were. Yeah, and this situation is very devastating. Kimberly, it's so nice that I wish that you could have called in to share how you felt, what it feels like seeing that, because I heard that on NPR today, that, you know, the attorneys are there, and some of them aren't even immigration attorneys, and they have signs so that they can comfort the relatives that are standing there waiting for their loved ones 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. You wait, you know your loved one has arrived, but it's not coming out. You know how devastating that can be. You can imagine you're describing it as devastating, and you're just an employee. Think about the relatives that are standing there, or like one family was called by the U.S. by maybe an ICE officer and was told, don't come to the airport because your relatives are being sent back. And they're telling you that they are not allowed to give you any more information. You have been waiting 16, 14, 10 years for your relative to come to this country. Like this girl, I don't remember where she was from. I was listening to her last night, and she said that her relatives sold everything in Syria. But the only thing they didn't sell is the house. And the entire family was sent back to Syria. So you can imagine how devastating that is for them. Yeah, that's painful. That's painstaking. And even for the workers in the airport, you know, seeing that and really understanding that these people are being held there for hours and hours. Like on the news today, I heard that there were 12 people still detained at JFK. And of course more are coming in, and some of them were just taken off the plane and placed right back on the plane and be sent back. Someone sent me a question, and I sent it to the attorney. The person said, I have kids who have derivative citizenship. I never applied for citizenship certificate, neither U.S. passport. Should I be concerned with all the new changes? And the attorney said no, but you should apply for the passports for the children. Again, you should apply for those children passports. And I mean, parents, some of you are so procrastinate and waste time and delay. I mean, what if something happens and your child, who is a green card holder, I said that earlier, is sent back to a country that they're unfamiliar with. We really have to change the way we do things. You heard the attorney in the beginning, and I've been repeating it. If you're a green card holder, it's tax time. Take your tax money and apply for your citizenship. You need to become a citizen.
I agree.
Reality check. If you're a green card holder and something happened, things happen. You go to a house, you have no idea what's in the house, and the police raid the house, and you get caught. Reality check. Something happened that you didn't plan, and you're facing deportation. You're going to your home country with what?
What you have on your back.
Just what you have on your back.
That's it. So if you have like $1 million in the bank, that's gone.
You know, you're sent home, wherever home is. So take some of the tax money and apply for your citizenship. 718-342-0510. How are you feeling with all that's going on? Are you angry? Are you okay? You feel better now that you hear Attorney Suarez said that it's not going to impact us? What do you say? What do you feel?
Talk time with Sharmin.
Nothing I've valued them for years. Right now, years. Now I hear from the night in my top of the Jeep. Big up yourself, man. Boys and girls. There's a place in your heart, and I know that it's love. And this place, we must brighter than tomorrow. Yes, we brighter.
Sir Raj, the number here is 718-342-0510. I guess you joined us late, so you have some questions, you can call us. If any of your questions wasn't answered by the attorney when he was on, I can actually text him and he would answer me. But the number here is 718-342-0510 because I saw you ask a few questions.
You want the attorney number?
No. So you could call in 718-342-0510 if you have a friend that is undocumented. Encourage your friend to do whatever it is to become a permanent resident. If you have anyone in your family or your circle that is a legal green card holder, you can encourage them to apply for their citizenship, and this is the best time to encourage them because it's tax season and everyone has extra money. So they can become a U.S. citizen because their rights are totally different. You can't deport a U.S. citizen with the discretionary, what they call it, I forgot, the discretionary authority that was given to the CBP. They can stop you in the airport if you visited one of the 7 countries that were banned, and they can question you, but you know, that's the most they can do. So we're on the last, what, half an hour. The number here is 718-342-0510. You have half an hour to call, share your concerns, share your thoughts. If you're a green card holder, they call it legal permanent resident, and you have a felony, don't apply for citizenship on your own. Please go to an immigration lawyer and find out what your rights are, because for some felonies you're disqualified, I guess, from citizenship, but for others you might be able to apply. So, you know, speak to an attorney. And if you have children that came to this country, of course, illegally, or came and overstayed their time, and when they came, they were 15 years or younger, and they have a high school diploma or its equivalency, they're eligible to apply for DACA, and it's something that President Obama implemented. I think he called it the Dreamers. So those children can apply for that, and they must be between ages 16 and 31, and they would be able to obtain a work permit and be able to travel. So you want to ensure that those resources are being utilized, and don't wait and procrastinate and delay and wait until something happens and then you wanna not even rush, you're panicking and you might not make the right decision in those moments. So we don't know what's coming down the pipeline. All of the immigration attorneys are just encouraging permanent residents to obtain their citizenship. It might not affect us, but we never know. We can't take chances. So That's an encouragement. Also, my encouragement is to Guyanese, Trinidadians,
Caribbean.
but entire West Indies population, or the Caribbean diaspora. Let's put it in the politically correct term. We need to become more active. We need to become active participants, or and stop being observers. We need to participate in whatever is going on in our neighborhoods, in our communities. Donate to organizations that are involved and that are at the forefront fighting, like the ACLU. Look what they were able to accomplish this weekend, and they raised $24 million. Lyft, the Uber competitor, has actually donated $1 million, and you know what? People are so fired up that people started to pressure Uber.
Oh boy.
And they're calling on the boycott of Uber. Even Starbucks, CEO has pledged to hire 10,000 refugees. Google leader has actually is supporting the protest and is actually giving some money to the ACLU, and so many other companies are participating. We can give the ACLU $10 a year, pledge $10 a year or $20 a year. It will not take away anything from us, even if you're not participating. Do something. Let's pressure our congressmen and our assemblywomen to work and do. We want to know what's their position on all of this, because in every neighborhood they're Muslims, they're people from these 7 countries that are part of the constituents in our districts, and so we need to find out from our political representatives what their positions are and become involved. Donate some money. Don't have to be much. It could be if you can afford $5 a month, if you can afford $20 a year, whatever it is. Just make that pledge and participate. We are not involved enough, and we need to become involved, because when the shoe switched to our feet, we want people to support us. And if we support, I think the protesters, the people that are that just support whatever cause it is, they don't look to see if they're being supported by that group. They just go out because that's them. Like yesterday at Battery Park, this young girl could not have been more than 10 years old.
And she was out there.
And she was out there. And when she was asked why she's out there, the way she articulated it, and she was actually leading the cadence.
Wow.
And the night I was at the airport, the leaders of the cadences and were at the forefront, standing like toe to toe with the police in riot gear. They were not more than 20 to 25 years old. And when I saw her stood there and looked at the police in the riot gear, and she started to chant that, why are you in riot gear? There is no riot here. And I'm standing there and I'm like, wow. Couldn't be more than 25 years old. And I don't know. Somebody calling me, I'm sorry. Yeah. So we have to become more involved to and be more supportive to other groups. The number here, 718-342 0510. We have exactly 20 minutes.
15
minutes.
So can I get him a song?
Music, yeah.
Talk Time with Sharmin.
Eyes of the radio HD.
Talk Time with Sharmin.
Calling your life. Welcome to Talk Time with Sharmin.
Hi, hello.
Good night.
I'm going to send all this immigration stuff.
Okay.
Someone came home a visa and she never got married. What can she do about it?
Could you repeat that there is some noise in the background?
Excuse me? I can't hear you.
You have some noise in the background.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe it's the phone. Just listen to the phone and turn down whatever device you're in. If you're watching us on Facebook, go ahead with your question.
Yeah. If someone who came on a fiancé visa and this person never married her, and what can she do at this craziness is going on right now?
Well, let me just caution you. The craziness, I'm going to use your phrase, the craziness that is going on right now will not impact us. But, however, if the person came with a fiancé visa, I would have loved for you to call and the person didn't marry her, what she can do, right? If I'm sending a text to the lawyer, person comes on a fiancé, what is called IK? I couldn't remember a fiancé. No, that's okay, don't worry. Visa and was never married. What is your question? What she can do?
Yeah.
What can she do? I just told him tongues. Okay. And he just offered me that anytime we need him in the future, he would be available. By then we're going to get a bridge. No. I have I'm waiting for the attorney to respond. I'm not an attorney. Far from that. That was my little dream when I was a little girl. To be a lawyer. But I guess one of the things is that maybe you could get married to someone that is a citizen, because we asked the question, only thing this is a little, it's the same question that if someone is illegal and they get married to a citizen, it takes 6 to 9 months to get a legal status. So that's an option. I'm assuming for you to get a citizen and get married, or if it's in the same window, I can't give that kind of advice on the. Yeah, you missed all that.
Actually, it's a fiancé visa.
Right. I know it's a fiancé visa, but as I was saying earlier, the question was asked, if someone is overstayed their time, right? Their visa expired. And they get married to a citizen. The lawyer said it takes 6 to 9 months for them to obtain legal status.
Okay.
So for what I was saying, I'm still with, maybe he left because he was waiting, for my other questions. But what I'm saying that it kind of, the questions are kind of equal. So maybe if you get married to someone, but that can be an option. But if the fiancé visa expired and it's way past I'm sure there would have been a window, a time. I don't know what can happen. Have you ever spoken to an immigration lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. Because I'm still waiting for him to respond. Maybe he left the office to advise you on what to do. But if he does, I would just put the response in the on the live feed when he responds. I would just say fiancé visa response, and I'll put it there. And I'll let you know what he says.
All right.
Thank you for calling.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye. Thank you. Wrapping up, because it's almost 9 o'clock. If you're a green card holder, the encouragement is to obtain your citizenship. If you're undocumented, get married so you can get legal status. If you have a child that came to this country, 15 years and younger, the child is eligible to apply for DACA. You can do that. That's it. If you are a green card holder with a felony, you can actually speak to, it depends on the felony, you can speak to an attorney and so that you can get some legal advice. Don't apply for the citizenship on your own. Speak to an attorney. On that note, thank you for tuning in, all the viewers, all the callers, those of you that are just on the app or listening via the internet. I want to thank you for your continued support. And to Talk Time with Sharmin, those that called in, thank you. To my activists, Richard Singh, Noel Moses, and Guliana, and I don't know who were that group with the Guyana flags. Let's continue. If each of us invite 2 of our friends, we will get a nice group that represents our country and it can spread. So I want to thank you all for tuning in and thank you for your continued support. Next week I'm trying to get someone to come into the studio with me for us to talk about women and trust. And I'll just give you a preview. You know, women like to say, I only like man friend. And we were having this discussion, and women that say I only like man friend, how much can you tell your male friend? And your male friend would give you a male perspective, but you still need a female friend to give you a female perspective. And sometimes when we develop some friendship, yes, we have an element of trust, but we have all these demands on our friends. So I hope they join me next week. If not, we'll have another topic. But that topic. So on that note, we're signing out. Thank you for your time, and it's exactly 9 o'clock. And good evening, and may God bless you, and may God bless these United States of America.
Talk Time with Sharmin.